Hello everyone, it's Vivi and welcome back. I'm gonna be real honest with you here. I was waiting to see a Sly Cooper Easter Egg during PlayStation's showcase, which happened live on September 9th. Now by showcase, I'm referring to the opening sequence, the latest Play Has No Limits ad. I literally just sat there and wondered, will we see a Sly reference anywhere during this sequence? And guess what? The Sly Foxes over at Sony decided to stick Sly's mask into their ad. At 0:58 mark of the ad, right there. This wasn't discovered from the get-go, and I understand why. This Sly reference right here can be missed with just the blink of an eye. Heck, I had no idea about this until it was brought to me on Twitter. And now we tell ourselves, what the heck? Out of any other non-dormant Sony IP out there, they pick Sly Cooper. All the IPs we have featured in this ad, they're all active. But then we have a Sly Cooper mask, a dormant series since 2013's Thieves in Time. So now we wonder, are we finally in a position to believe that a Sly Cooper project is in the works? As in early development? Notice how I said Sly Cooper project. I didn't say Sly 5, you know, the most anticipated game ever since that cliffhanger in 2013's Teased in Time. Nor did I say remake, reboot, all that, none of that, no. Remember, a movie was planned, teased in 2014, wow, it's been 7 years come to think of it. Then in 2017, a show was announced instead. This wasn't really announced outright by Sony, this was just announced via articles online. Both movie and the TV show didn't happen. The show could really just be on pause for all we know due to the current situation going on in the world. But hey, since the showcase focused on current and upcoming PS5 titles, naturally fans wonder if this means we're getting a new game sometime in the future. Let me just say this, Sony referencing Sly in this fashion. During an ad for current and upcoming PS5 titles, I mean we're dealing with the likes of Uncharted, which got announced for PS5 and PC, Uncharted 4 and Legacy, Forbidden West, an upcoming game, God of War Ragnarok, Alloy possibly coming to Fall Guys. Fun fact, speaking of Fall Guys, Ratchet & Clank were featured in the game for, a limited time event. This event happened during the end of July and early August. But yeah, going back to Sly Cooper within this ad, this all just feels different than usual. Different in possibly a good way. Meaning, Sony could very likely be teasing us with something Sly Cooper for the future. Likely a game, since the showcase revolved around games. Now, why does this feel different than any other Sly reference Sony's made in the past? Well, right off the bat, this isn't the first time Sony references Sly Cooper, like I just said. The number of times Sony referenced Sly over the years, nothing came of it. It was simply Sony acknowledging their raccoon mascot Sly Cooper. Just to give you a few examples, we had a Sly Cooper cake sent to Sucker Punch by Sony back in Christmas 2016. We had a Stubbins plush officially licensed merch by Sony. This was released in 2017. Let's not forget the Sly Cooper mascot suit during the PlayStation Fiesta Bowl in 2019. A latest one would be the Sly Cooper Funko Pop. Quite frankly, that could have been a result of enough fan demand. I recall Sly's voice actor Kevin Miller kickstarting this request. A little cherry on top. Just for the heck of it. Shuhei Yoshida, former head of Worldwide Studios, liked a tweet mentioning Sly 5. This was back in 2019. Fine, okay, I'll squeeze in the last one. The PlayStation 5 UI showcase. Sly's avatar, out of any other avatar out there. Right? If you're ever curious about any other references of Sly Cooper made by Sony over the past couple of years, I did make a standalone video a while back. You'll see a link pop up at the right corner of the video. Next thing I want to add, this whole IP reference during a PlayStation ad reminds me of a certain orange marsupial. Remember how Sony used to tease Crash Bandicoot before its revival? Remember the ad by PlayStation from 2013? The video was titled, "This is for the players." At 0:49 mark of the ad, we saw Crash Bandicoot. 2013 would be 3 years prior to the announcement of the Insane Trilogy, 3 games remade from the ground up. You perhaps remember how former chairman of Worldwide Studios, Sean Layden, walked up on stage. I also remember Layden's Crash Bandicoot t-shirt back in 2015 during the PlayStation Experience. I'm not saying that was our first hint at NST, but I remember how we all felt when we saw Sean Layden wearing a Crash Bandicoot shirt. So ever since NST, Crash Bandicoot had some follow-up games, CTR Nitro Fueled, and then a sequel to Warped, Crash Bandicoot 4 It's About Time. Although Crash is not owned by Sony, you know, referencing Crash in their ads, NST was a timed exclusive on PS4, we can't forget that. The idea here is, when Sony teases an IP in an ad of theirs, there's the possibility they're hinting at an upcoming future game. Another one, this time in 2019, another PlayStation ad titled It's Time to Play. A mysterious mask was spotted, which later turned out to be one of the 4 quantum masks in Crash 4 It's About Time, Kupunawa, the Time Mask. Crash 4 released on October 2nd, 2020, just for reference. Speaking of Crash, quick, going back to the latest Play Has No Limits ad, right there we got Wumpa League stickers, let's call it. What is Wumpa League, you might ask? Long story short, it's a party-style game the fanbase has been anticipating for quite a while now. Not to mention the not-so-subtle teasing by the Crash account on Twitter. And the piñatas being sent around. No one really knows when this Wumpa League is planned to be revealed. All in all, this will be another example of Sony teasing at an upcoming game within their ad. So, with that out of the way, well, like I stated previously, Sony teasing Sly like this during an ad of theirs, especially one that targets already available in upcoming PS5 games, yeah, it's different. And there's a chance that Sly Cooper will eventually return to us in some form. Is Sony teasing at a sequel to Thieves in Time? A reboot? A remake? Is it an early development? Whatever it is, this sort of Easter egg might finally hold some precedence, outweighing any other type of Sly reference we had before. Seeing as how Crash was brought back through a trilogy remake, we could be looking at a potential new Sly game within the next couple of years. Let's not forget, Sly Cooper's 20th anniversary is next year, folks. If we get a little tease or an announcement by then, that'd be epic. Super. I think we're all gonna get excited at that point. So, with that being said, this is it, folks. If you have thoughts, questions, or anything of such sort, leave it all in the comments section below. And as always, I've been Vivi, and thank you so much for sticking around. Until next time.